I'm usually not shocked by some people's deaths or passings or anything, even though it's always supposed to come as a shock, especially if they've had maybe an illness or they were battling something. But this one right here literally caught me by surprise. Now, let me tell you how I found out it happened. And the thing is, I didn't think it actually happened until I saw a post in a chat that I'm in. So I was actually watching 5150, the show with Corey Holcomb. And somebody in the chat wrote rest in peace John Witherspoon. And then someone had said, did you hear John Witherspoon died? Then I went on Twitter and I saw him trending, and I was like, is he dead or like isn't? Because like social media loves to kill people off. I remember they did that whole thing with Bill Cosby a few years ago. It seemed like Bill Cosby died at least 6 times in 1 year. And we knew that wasn't true because you never really can tell. Then I saw somebody else post it, and then I went onto Google and I said, let me just type his name into Google, because what happened was I actually typed his name into Google after watching 5150, and nothing was there saying anything about him passing. So I went onto Google just a few minutes before I decided to record this video, and sure enough, a whole bunch of reports come in from legit sources saying that John Witherspoon indeed passed away at the age of 77. I said, wow. Because I posted on Twitter when I saw this, and I said, why is everybody trying to kill off these celebrities? Why are people trying to kill off John Witherspoon? I said he can't leave yet until we get that Last Friday movie, or, he reprises his voice as Granddad on the Boondocks. And speaking of the Boondocks, it was through him that we found out that HBO was picking up the Boondocks to do some additional seasons. And I can't see anybody else doing the voice of Granddad except him. I really can't. I wonder, like, I know his son is probably going through it right now, because I'm actually subscribed to his son on YouTube. If you don't know, his son is a very popular YouTuber, and he will have his dad in his videos a lot. Like, that's how I was able to like keep up with him and see how he was doing. Because John Witherspoon hadn't really done anything since the Boondocks got taken off the air back in, was it 2011 or whatever year it was that last season was. But it's very unfortunate. We're losing our legends left and right. We just lost Diane Carroll. What was it, a couple weeks ago? I think it was. And now we lost John Witherspoon. Like, I remember watching John Witherspoon. Hold on right quick. Sorry about that. I had to get that off of my screen. I remember watching John Witherspoon all the way back in the 90s, like when he had little small parts like in Boomerang. I remember he was on an episode of Martin. Of course, he was most famously known for playing Pops on the Wayans Brothers, and of course playing Ice Cube's dad in all 3 Friday movies. And, just an all-around funny individual. Like, there was never a dull moment like with him in it. Like, if you saw him, he was in a movie, you would laugh as soon as he got on screen before he said anything, because you already knew whatever came out of his mouth was going to be hilarious. And there's not many people that can make you laugh before they even utter one word. He was one of those people, because he just had an aura about himself that just made you laugh with him, laugh at him, however you wanted to put it. I remember seeing him when he was in Soul Plane. He played that old guy who was blind on the plane. He was in Vampire in Brooklyn. Like, he was in a lot of different things over the years, especially in the 90s. Like, in the 90s, he was like one of those go-to black comedians that a lot of black directors like to put into their movie if they needed a comic relief for a film. And he was just a well-liked individual. Like, I don't think this guy made an enemy. I think everybody who knew him loved him. And it's very unfortunate that, of his passing. But I do offer my condolences to his family. I believe he was married. I think he was married. His wife, his kids, anybody who had an opportunity to work with this man. As a matter of fact, my mother, she loved this guy. Like, she loved watching this guy on TV, because she used to always love it when he used to say bang, bang, bang. Like that was always his go-to little phrase, like on the Wayans brothers. And she used to always want to watch him just to see him say those words, because that became his tagline and a lot of things that he was a part of, like that a lot of people expected him to say certain things. But it's just, it's unfortunate. It's sad. He lived a very full life, I will say that, doing what he loved, which was stand-up comedy, and making films and being in television shows. It's sad. It's really sad, because he was full of life. And like I said, we just heard him announce that they were about to do the Boondocks, and it's like, what is Aaron Magruder and all the people over there going to do, with that? Because Granddad is a huge part of the Boondocks series, and I don't want them to kill the character off, but at the same time, I don't see anybody else doing that role, like, at all. So I don't know. It's crazy how life just plays itself out. But with that being said, I offer my condolences again to the family. Rest in peace, Mr. John Witherspoon. You will definitely be missed, especially by the Black community, because you have managed to make people laugh for generations. I grew up watching you. Like, I remember, like, being a kid, watching you and hearing you, and you making me laugh, making my family laugh. And I'm sure wherever you are right now in this realm, you're making them laugh. But with that being said, y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.